Hello everyone, welcome to the Data Structures and Algorithms Mastery course. My name is Saurav Upadhyay and I will be your instructor throughout this journey. In this course, we are not just going to learn coding, we are going to learn how to think like a problem solver. So get ready, stay focused, and let's begin this journey together. So move on the next slide. Before we start, let's quickly understand the roadmap of this course. We will begin with the basics and build a strong foundations. Then next, we will move step by step into core data structures and algorithm part 1 and part 2. Part 1 we will cover strings. Part 2 we will cover the stacks, queue, list, linked list, and after that covering the graphs and trees module. And finally, after all these things are done, we will cover advanced topics and complete interview preparations. So just trust the process and stay consistent. Now move on the next slide. Alright, now let's start with our first section, course overview and what CodeZen Titans is all about for you all. So firstly, welcome to the CodeZen Titans. This is not just a course, it's a complete journey from beginner to interview ready level. What are the motive for about? Our focus is to build clarity, confidence, and strong problem solving skills. We will follow a structured and practical approach so that you don't just learn, you actually understand and apply throughout the problems. What we will cover, what you will cover. First questions. Now, you might be thinking, is this course for me? The answer is yes. This is course for you only. Why? Whether you are beginner, a college student, or a work professionals, this course is designed only for you. You don't need any advanced knowledge, just basic understanding and willingness to learn. Now move on the next slide. Let's talk about how we will learn in this course. Every lecture will include theory, coding, and practice. In theory, we covered up all the theoretical knowledge about this topic and covering the syntax. And after we going to coding and practice the more and more questions. And most importantly, we will focus on patterns. How the patterns we build step by step so that you can solve problems on your own. Move on the next slide. Now, let's move to the next important section, programming instances and complexity. So, starting before jumping into advanced topics, we need to make our basics strong because basic is the main key to crack any interview, problem solving, and advanced deep thinking in our dynamic programming. So we will also cover the dynamic programming after covering the core data structure algorithm part 1 and part 2. We will cover in Java fundamentals like variables, loops, and functions. This part is the basics of the Java, but we should also cover up. And I think the questions are very few number of questions available on LeetCode. So that part covering in the hacker questions, so you can build your basic skills. So don't worry about it. We are there. We will also understand arrays, introductions, and recursion questions. These are also the part of the our basic Java programs. Talk about the any programming language C plus Java Python. These concepts are very important for everything ahead because mark my word, basics. of the any programming language is the main key to crack any interview. So now let's talk about the recursion and backtracking. The DSA is start from this part because recursion and backtracking is that so many of the students had faced the difficulties, but don't worry, we will cover step by step. You will learn all the things about it and solving the advanced questions from the basic to advanced. So it's basically solving a problem, how to be solving a problem, breaking it into a smaller problem. So we will also learn the backtracking concept. I think you all should be know. Backtracking is the reverse of the recursion, but it's totally a wrong. Backtracking is not a reverse of the recursion. Why? We will cover it in the lecture. So please join me with us. Sorry for the once. Now, now comes one of the most important topics, time and space complexity. So this helps us understanding how efficient our solution in interview. First, I'll talk about the real life examples for that. In interview, writing code is not enough. Writing optimized code is important. Please listen my word again. I repeat the word. In interview, if you're writing a code is not enough task. Writing optimized code is the important because why should we be there? Code writing is the easier task, but the given time complexity you done the code of the part, this will be the big challenge for you. So the way this should be started for the ahead of them. We are covered up time and space, complexity, big of theta, and whatever we are the covering all the things in our lecture in our TSA course. So first, to become a good at data structure and algorithm, you need a proper system for it. So we will follow a clear approach, understanding problem, plan the solution, code it, and then optimize it. We will also practice regularly on LeetCode, and you can track our progress from day by day after watching these things. Now move on the next slide. Yes, of course. Now welcome to our core data structure part one, what we will cover. So this is where things start getting interesting for you. Arrays and problem solving patterns. Let's also talk about the things. So we will understand how arrays work internally. You will learn powerful patterns like sliding window and two pointers. These patterns will help you solve many real interview cases. So move on the next slide. So many things are there. This is the part of the our algorithms, Cardano's algorithm in several problems. We are also covering all the things for that. So don't worry. We will understand it step by step with examples and practice. And we will cover up and to solve the best questions of the Cardano's algorithm. Why we use Cardano's algorithm, so the question is that you should also solve the same things by order of the n square time complexity, but using the Cardano's algorithm, the time complexity is decreased. So the importance of that you will see on our next lectures of the course whenever we talk about the Cardano's algorithm. Now, next move to strings. Strings are the very common in interviews. So we will solve problems like palindrome and anagram using simple techniques. You should not knowing about it. In the MCAT examination, the anagram and palindrome questions will also be asked in the out of the 50 marks questions. So this is the very important for you to crack the and the score the highest marks in MCAT like interview means the company will ask the score of the MCAT examination. If you done all the things, you should score a good marks. We will go deeper into STEAM problems and learn multiple approaches. You will understand when to use sorting and when to use counting. This will improve your decision making during the interview. So move on the next module. core data structure and algorithm part 2. This is the very important part. This is the journey for your dad. If you're covering the core data structure and algorithm part 1, I think you covered up or the 10 to 12 LPA of the being the kind of intermediate level of the companies. The questions will ask the core data structure and algorithm part. The companies like Amazon and Microsoft, Google, kind of these questions will ask from this module core data structure and algorithm. So in this, we talk about the linked lists, the linked list for how the insertions, deletions, and we'll over all the things work step by step. How to be done? We should be there, the covering all the things. One important concept, reversing a linked list is the very important topic in the data structure and algorithm. We will solve it using both iterative and recursive method. What the difference in the iterative and recursive, you will see all the things. So we will also learn the cycle detection in a simple way. Okay, move on the next. Stack and queue also the part of the part 2, and this is the main things for your dad. So what you should know, what is a stack? So talking about the real life example, like a pile of plates kind of. This principle will also be working the LIFO principle, last in first out. Okay, and Q is the kind of the opposition for that. It's working the FIFO principle, first in first out. Like a real life example, like a line of people's are waiting for the movie ticket. Okay, so solving the real world problems using the both concept also. Now, now move on the next topic our tree. Trees are the very important for interview. We will understand structures and different types of traverses. The questions that also be asked from them. The algorithm will start the biggest task from this part of the trees. The trees is the core part of the our data structure and algorithm. This will be the also used in the AI model, artificial intelligence. Then you have to be searching BFS, DFS. In this trace is also uses data structure for the redundancy and the searching time complexity. Why the trace is the better for the time complexity searching inserting? You will see our next lecture also. So next, the all the kind of topics of in the inside the trees, LCA, BST, covering all the things. You see also screenshot this page and learn about the things. Now entering the our advanced algorithm, dynamic programming and interview roadmap for you. So covering all the searching, binary searching, all the variants, yeah, all the things we will cover up after done the part one and part two data structure. Graphs like BFS, DFS, number of island. This will be the how to we in graphs we insert the element, how we traverse the element. The all the things we will cover up. Please we stayed, and we will there for you. Dynamic programming, why, how, why purpose, what the things of the purpose for this, how the methods we implies, what the execute at the execution will they implement the things. This all the about of the dynamic programming we will cover in the last of the our course, data structure and algorithm course. I think the dynamic programming is the most real part, and this is not available. I think the many channels in our India's covering about the YouTube via any platform. The most difficult part in data structure algorithm is dynamic programming. Move on the next slide. Yes, we covered up all the things. The knapsack, LCS, grid paths, and homework, the problem types in the dynamic programming. This is the classic problems in interview asked using. The simple in the things what we have. We uses the simple relations. You will also see in our screen. In knapsack, max dynamic programming, I minus one j value. The I and j, what is the I and j? So I is the best value using first I. Items with the capacity is j. These are the variable. we say in the our and let when we solving the knapsack problem type question. Don't worry about it. All the problem type we covering in the one I think step by step. Yes, also about it. We covering all the things. The firstly we covering the knapsack, else key pass homework in the different video, and after that we all the topics a mixture of the problems we solve around 10 to 15 questions that will be develop your skills. We'll covering all the things using the lead code platform and HackerRank and my questions. Then the like companies will higher company will ask the questions, Microsoft and Google. Also, greedy heap has increased the all of the part of the things. So, what the plan for the lead code homework questions? So, basically, we covering all the lead code questions related to the topics in the lectures. If we are discussing about the array and covering all the concept of the array, after the related questions is are available in lead code, basic, medium, advanced. We cover all the things if our topics is done. Kind if a lead question is mix up of the array string and loop. We covering the lead code question. Okay, the lecture by lecture covering them, and after every revision, all the type of the question and solving the not on the lead code depend on the lead code. We also kind of use the other platform, CodeZen and CodeForce, HackerRanks, and so many platforms are available for the after you solving all the questions in lead code. So don't worry about it. Solving the lead code question is the not a bigger task for you. Without using AI model, if you solve the medium level question, that will realize your the dependency, what your thinking power is different from the others. All the covering after the so before during interview timeline before research company and role revise core topics runtime moves during clarified requirement things. I will start simple iterative optimization discuss step of verify use cases through. So this is the advanced problem frameworks. What we applying for the plan, the algorithm strategy, execute the coding and testing, optimize and refine solutions, and analyze the result and reflects. How will we implement? You will see our the next videos how to be use this advanced problem framework. This will implies in your question that will be helpful for you there. For example, you can see our screen, classify the problem as a search as dynamic programming, graph, greedy or hybrid patterns. Firstly, analyze input side and concept to estimate feasible time and complexity. What be there? I think this is the you thinking about the what how to use the time and space complexity. What the dynamic programming. This is the very toughest part of the data structure and algorithm. So don't worry about it. We're covering the last of the after covering the data structure algorithm part one and part two. So, thank you so much for joining this course. I truly believe you can achieve great things. Stay consistent, keep practicing, and trust yourself. Let's start coding and become codes and titans. Thank you from my side, Saurabh Upadhyay. Bye bye.